Welcome to another video of the Alalibo Academy. I am Phil, and today we are asking a very critical question. And that question is, what does gender mean in society? So let's take a look. Now, it says here, gender refers to attitudes, right? It refers to attitudes, feelings, and behaviors that a given culture, now all cultures have these practices, that a given culture associates with a person's biological sex, right? So here is the connection between gender and sex here. So cultures around the world have expectations, and they have cultural expectations that have been around in most of these cultures for a long time, that they define the roles of the sexes in society. So, for example, in some cultures, they will say a man's role is to provide for the family, and a woman's role is to, tend to the family, to provide, take care of the kids and so forth. In some cultures, right, and those are the expectations associated with the sexes. Now, if a man, the roles are flipped, and the woman takes care of the family in terms of working and so forth, well, in that particular culture, that would be unusual and out of the norm, right? So gender then is not the biological sex, but is the role that the biological that are defined according to the biological sex in many societies. So it says here, for example, being a woman, and we can also say being a man as well, comes with a set of behavioral expectations, right? A set of behavioral expectations in society, and society expects that. These expectations help to determine the gender, the sex, excuse me, of the person, because then people associate those expectations with the sex, biological sex of the individual. And today, we have professions that are genderized in many societies. So, for example, a mechanic is expected to be a man, and a construction worker, generally, everything is being spoken in general terms, is expected to be a man as well. Military and pilot and engineers and plumbers and electricians, right? Society has genderized. Let's put that here: genderized professions that now we begin to think along the lines of men and women when it comes to professions. So, for example, nursing, predominantly women profession, and so when somebody says they're a nurse, and if you don't see them, you just write it on the platform that they're a nurse, you are thinking this person is a woman, is a female, right? And that's because of the genderization of professions in our society, right? So when we talk about gender, then we're talking about the roles. So let's put that here as well. So gender equals to roles played by the sexes in society. So oftentimes you go to an office and you fill out a form and they ask you what is your gender. But what they really want to know is what is your biological sex, because they're really not interested in finding out the role that you think you're playing in society. They just want to know for statistical purposes, for data collection purposes, wanting to know who the demographics using their services. They want to know who you are in terms of your biological sex. But they put gender there, right? And that is often misused in that context. So it's important for us to understand how gender is used in society to identify individuals. It's a form of identity. It's one of the frameworks of identity we have to identify individuals in society and to understand their role